Hello my bookish besties and welcome in. It is officially day 1 of Dragonsteel Nexus. I am so tired. I barely slept last night. I'm just way too excited to be here. Today is like my Roman Empire day. Today is my Pierce Brown themed day. But because of that, it is going to be a super busy day, which means I'm hoping that my adrenaline just kind of keeps me going considering I didn't sleep. I just was way too excited. Like I said, it is currently 6:45. I want to go ahead and get ready and like head over kind of in that general area so I can get some breakfast. There's a Starbucks across the street. Not necessarily my number one choice, but I'm trying to like stay kind of within this couple blocks radius and save some money for merch. So I think that's kind of our tentative plan. I am so excited. I am a little scared though. There's literally so much to do and so little time. Like, it's crazy to me that this conference used to only be 2 days. Like, what? Anywho, we need to change and pack our bag and kind of just get ready. And I will see you guys once we're ready. Okay, it is officially Dragonsteel Nexus day 1. I've got my badge here. I joined a group called World Swappers and some guy was making name tags, so my badge has my name on it, which is super cool. Today, Pierce Brown is the spotlight author, so naturally my outfit is Red Rising themed. I've got my Omnisphere Lupus shirt, my plaid pants, and my Converse, some star earrings, and I am just so excited to go. Like I said, I think we're gonna head over to Starbucks, get a little drinky, and then we're gonna just kind of vibe until the conference starts, and I'm really excited. Hello and welcome to Dragonsteel Nexus. This was the first view you saw as you walked in, other than Pattern himself. As a light weaver, I'm always on the lookout for my guy. Look at him holding his stick. We also saw Syl and Kaladin standing guard in front of Roshar, which was the main stage. Speaking of the main stage in Roshar, look at these radiant night banners they had hanging up as a backdrop. I thought they were just absolutely beautiful. The first panel of the day that I went to was a Isles of the Emberdark art discussion with Esther and Isaac Stewart and some of the other creatives behind the book, and I thought it was super cool, super fun, but the main reason I sat there was to wait for Pierce Brown.
Pierce Brown! All of the locations and the page number of a character dying.
I suppose.
So that's our announcement today. This is the first time we are unveiling a new special edition. Now this one's for the die-hard Red Rising fan. The one that has to have everything. The one who's constantly looking for new things to be explored. We have a trailer that we're showing you right here at Dragonsteel Nexus. There is a new special edition. We're going to tell you all about it in a brand new trailer that will start now.
So after the Pierce Brown panel, I headed over to the exhibitor hall where I first stopped at Dan DeSanto's booth. I had to have a copy of this Warbreaker art piece. I think it is just absolutely gorgeous. And then I saw Pierce Brown in the wild, so that was kind of cool. Then I ran over to the Dragonsteel Nexus store itself and checked out some goodies and spent way too much money.
My name is Pat Rothfuss. I changed my name. Should we be somewhere else? They kept getting mad at me, so I adopted a new persona. Don't tell anybody.
And then it was time to wait for the release party. I saw a Way of Kings cosplay, which I thought was super cool. And yeah, we saw some fun entertainment leading up to the release party, but we're about to see Brandon himself. Okay, just to recap some of the things that were announced, he did announce that they are doing a suicide prevention next step coin that if you need it, he will send to you for free, or you can buy one to help those in need. He also announced that they will be doing a backer kit for Hoid's storybook collection, so you can have a physical copy of the stories that Hoid has said throughout the other books. He also announced the Fires of December, which is going to be the next secret project, and then he read a little bit of it for us, and that was super awesome to witness in person. Okay, I'm back. I made it. I didn't die, but I feel like I'm on the verge. I am so tired. I know I said that yesterday, but like today I'm actually so tired because I only slept like 3 hours last night. And my feet hurt, and my legs are sore, and my wallet is sore. But it's such a good day. Tomorrow is my slowest of the 3 days, I think, so feeling pretty good about, you know, everything I got done today. I did kind of hit a wall at one point today, though, where I was like, you know, I kind of did everything I want to do. Like, what's left? So, stay tuned for what we do today to tomorrow, because I literally hit all of my bucket list things, other than I do have 2 books still that I want to get signed, and I do have a traditional signing tomorrow with one of the artists. So, I do have some books that I'll be hauling around with me tomorrow, which will be exciting and a little scary. I'm like scared to approach authors, I guess. Like I never know what to say to them. Like, oh my god, I love you so much. Please sign this thing that I'm gonna keep on my shelf for the rest of my life. But anywho, more of the story is I'm having a really good time. I'm just so tired. And the fact that this conference is 3 days is kind of crazy. Like, I guess there's stuff I'm technically opting out of. Like, I'm not participating in the con game or anything. At least, not yet. I might start tomorrow. But it's kind of brain heavy, and I don't know that I have that in me. But I hung out with some friends today. I did some fun stuff. Feeling good. Okay, so one of my World Swapper items is this little star, and she said when you open it, it tells you your radiant order. The only problem is I can't figure out how to open it. Okay. We're getting somewhere. Oh, I'm gonna rip it. Okay, I'll be back when I figure out how the frick to open it. Okay, I remembered she said to squish it, and then it should come out. I'm a little scared what I get. You can see first. It's an edge dancer. Is that who Lift is? Because okay, I'm heading off for day 2. I did a fit check yesterday. Let me find some good lighting. There we go. I did a fit check yesterday, but I am posting them as shorts, so I don't think I'm gonna include fit checks in this video. But anywho, it is go time. I'm really excited. My backpack today is so heavy though. I have a signing with a artist later this afternoon, and the book that I'm having him sign is like really big, and my backpack is so heavy, but oh well, that's the price you pay when you want to have fun, I guess. But I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. Okay, I started out day 2 with a bang. I went to a Science in the Cosmere panel, which was led by Bookborn and some other creators. It was awesome. Okay, also, someone tell Dragonsteel Nexus they need to restock this Isaac Stewart print, please. They had these jars that you could vote in all weekend, and then I went and saw Miranda Meeks to sign my coaster.
4 p.m. I went back to my hotel for a little bit to take a nap because I was so tired. And I kind of low-key ran out of stuff to do, slash the stuff that I could have done I realized I left at my hotel. Like, I accidentally left my convention game and some of that kind of stuff here, so I figured doing a little at-home check-in was what was needed, and I am so glad I took a nap. I feel so refreshed. I'm so tired. I did miss the panel with Jeff Hayes and some of the other narrators that was going on, but I feel better now. Like, I'd rather have missed that than, like, be so exhausted later, because my plan is to be a little bit social this afternoon. But anywho, time to go back to the convention. I'm about to go have my signing with Isaac Stewart. I'm really excited. I have about 3 items for him to sign, and I'm really happy about it. Just realized I'm also missing the spoiler Q&A, which kind of sucks, but it is recorded and posted to his channel, and I desperately needed that nap. Plus, I'm technically not done with the cosmere, so probably not the smartest idea to go to a spoiler Q&A, but I do think it would have been kind of fun to peep in at.
Title of this fight, Throwdown.
I'm gonna be honest, I can't even remember the last time I updated you guys. I had such a busy day today unexpectedly. I got so much stuff signed. It was so much fun. I like genuinely had the bestest day ever. That being said though, I'm so tired. I'm so thankful I took a nap earlier today. I think I would have been absolutely dying. But yeah, it is now 11 p.m. I still need to take my shower and remove my makeup and just kind of like, you know, prepare for the evening, like get settled down. But yeah, I'm hoping I will vlog way more tomorrow. I've been so busy, but it's been so much fun. I did get a few clips here and there of like different stuff, but like I've been doing my world swapping. I have so many trinkets. It's so awesome. I love that everyone's being so nice with that. I got, like I said, so many books signed and so many items signed. I definitely will include those in my haul, but just to give you like a little sneak peek, this is all of the stuff that I got signed, guys. But yeah, like I wanted to respect all of the authors and the different artists and stuff, and I didn't record really my interactions with them at all. I do have pictures with everybody, so I'll insert like a little montage of some pictures. But yeah, it was so much fun, and I am so happy that I'm here. I've had such a great time. Like I said, I'm so tired, and I am technically out of stuff to do. I have one more artist that I want to hit up tomorrow. I bought some postcards from Dragonsteel earlier in the week, and the artist is here, and I kind of forgot about that. And one of the ladies reminded me, and I was like, duh, I should go get those signed too, because why not? I have literally everything else signed, so I'm excited to do that tomorrow. And then there's a couple of panels I want to hit tomorrow, but tomorrow really is genuinely just for the vibes. So I'll see you guys there. Okay, it is officially day 3, and I will admit to you, I am a little disappointed in myself that I forgot to get a picture in front of the Mistborn backdrop while I was wearing my Mistborn shirt, but oh well. Also, look at this. This is the what is the best part of Nexus voting area, and so many people said community, and if that's not a sign to come, I don't know what is. After that, I went and browsed several different art pieces, including the new Emperor's Soul cover, as well as the Isles of the Emberdark artist's booth. And I looked at both hers and this TikTok artist's art, and I loved all of the art I was seeing. It was just so awesome. After I got done browsing, I hopped on over to the Intentionally Blank live recording. It was super awesome and hilarious to witness in person. Be sure to check out Brandon Sanderson's channel once this video drops. You won't want to miss it. It's probably titled something about TikTok.
Jeff Hayes. And I am going to have Jeff Hayes read to you from Dungeon Crawler Carl, Book 8. Specifically picked the passage that's pretty spoiler light. However, there will be a few little things that from previous books. And this is kind of in the middle of the book, so I need to set it up a little bit. First off, he has not seen this. He doesn't even know what he's going to read. I specifically picked this particular section in honor of Maud.
Hey, g'day, mate.
It'll be clear why. She has no idea why. In this scene, there are several characters that I have to set up. This is a boss battle. They are fighting a kangaroo boss. The kangaroo boss, they've already found out that the kangaroo boss's weakness, first off, it's a male kangaroo, and they had a whole thing about how male kangaroos shouldn't have pouches, but this one does. And the weakness is inside the pouch. The problem is, the pouch, anything inside the pouch is acid. In this scene, we have Genesis and Rapture, who are new characters. They're lady mantars. And I've told Jeff that they have kind of an Alabama accent. That's how he knows. Other new character in this scene is someone named Pontiff, who is a mercenary, and he's a Tauran, so like a Minotaur. And I never really gave him a voice, just a deep voice. And everything else is described in the text, I believe. There are a couple redactions I put in there to keep some information from book 7 out of it, so he'll know it when he gets to it. But other than that, this is exactly how it's going to appear in Dungeon Crawler Crawl Book 8, A Parade of Horribles. Let's go.
Hi, everybody. Hi. Quite a crowd out there. Wow. I think this is easily the biggest crowd I've ever read to. So. Let's get started.
By the way, before we get started, I want to apologize in advance to the state of Utah for picking this scene. I want to apologize to Jeff for completely throwing him under the bus for the most inappropriate thing I'm going to have him read. We're going to get in a lot of trouble for this, so let's get going before they get upstairs.
If there are children here, we're really sorry.
That's fine.
Just wrap their heads in blankets.
Yeah.
They can't see or hear anything. Okay, here goes. He sees us! Donut shouted, pointing from my shoulder at the massive kangaroo. Babies! Prison Pocket, the demon kangaroo, said, stretching up on his legs. Come here, little babies! Let me put you in my warm, safe pouch! He had a comical, almost offensively fake Australian accent. Like the sort of thing that would cause you to get your ass kicked by real Australians. Babies! Let's get you out of this rain! He talks! Donut asked, incredulous. From the kangaroo's pouch, the engineer guy popped his head up. He was an older human, and he wore the skin of a dead Joey like it was a Halloween costume. His entire face was red and burnt. He croaked for help, reaching out toward us. Multiple other dead kangaroo Joeys dangled from the top of the pouch like socks draped over a clothesline. Now! I said. I pulled up my emergency gremlin scroll, and I read it. At the same time, Donut read the same scroll. I quickly repeated the process 3 more times, and in moments, we had 8 gremlins in overalls standing in front of us, looking about, bewildered. All 8 were different. All 8 carried toolboxes with them. One had goggles on his head. One only had one eye. One had a hook for a hand.
What are you fixing, boss?
The eye patch one asked me. Sorry, guys, I said as we all took a few steps back. But we're using you as a distraction.
What you mean?
Babies! Prison Pocket repeated, reaching down with both hands and picking up the 2 closest gremlins who started to squeal. Small, stinky babies! Hush now! Pompous, don't ya? No. Quit your crying, just a little dip in the old pouch and set you right. So many babies, just a little dip. He pulled the 2 screaming gremlins to his pouch and shoved them in. Even over the rain, I could hear the squelching noise. It sounded like someone shoving their fist into a deep wet pot of runny oatmeal. A line of goo oozed out the top of the pouch and plopped onto the ground, where it sizzled in the rain.
Okay. I'm gonna blow chunks.
Genesis said.
Yo, what the fuck?
One of the remaining gremlins shouted as they scattered.
No, little babies, don't run. Don't run. Papa will keep you safe this time.
One of the gremlins jumped off the road and started booking it toward the hills, only to get splattered by a wrecking ball-sized chunk of hail. The red-soaked hunk of ice rolled away down the hill.
No!
The kangaroo yelled.
No! Come back! It's not safe!
Haunted. Oh, yeah. I really need a new job. Pontiff grumbled. I did my best not to feel bad about the gremlins. According to Amani, who'd already used the scroll once, she said they exploded when their summoning ended anyway. These were procedurally generated NPCs, different and less intelligent than the regular ones. Something Rosetta called a Class C NPC. They were the same as the guests on the main dance floor at the Desperado Club. Artificial life as opposed to true sentience. You mean, like the Sluggles? The voice in the back of my mind said. They were supposed to be the same kind as this, and that clearly wasn't the case. Those psychotic slug fuckers were no different than most regular NPCs. At least, not the higher level ones, like the Bigs and some of the others. But I didn't have time to ponder it.
Go!
I shouted to Genesis in rapture as we moved to part 2 of the plan. To my right, the 2 woman tars loped forward astonishingly fast. Their job was to get me one of the dead Joeys. They would use their arm chains to do it.
Thwomp, thwomp!
Donut shot a pair of magic missiles right into the eyes of the boss, who squealed in outrage as his head snapped back. His health went down a good bit, but he immediately brought a gremlin to his mouth, and his health fully returned. So much for a level 16 magic missile.
Naughty fuzzy baby!
The kangaroo said as he chewed.
Carl, did you see that? That barely worked.
He's level 170. Hang on, keep him distracted. I cast Run, Little Gunter, Run. The chunky pig-nosed kid in lederhosen appeared. His lollipop had changed color, but he otherwise looked the same as last time.
Hi, I'm Gunther.
Hey kid, get that giant kangaroo, I said, pointing. I nodded to Pontiff, who was already in his back swing with his massive blowing mallet. He walloped little Gunter with all of his strength.
Thud!
Pontiff let out a surprised grunt and flew back. It was as if his mallet had hit a solid wall.
Nine!
Gunter shrieked, and he turned and ran directly toward the kangaroo, who had 2 more gremlins in one fist and was reaching for a third with the other. The little kid ran right between the legs of Genesis, who had her arm aimed toward the kangaroo's pouch. She fired, and pierced the screaming engineer guy right in the face, killing him instantly. She whooped and retracted, pulling his now dead body toward us.
Baby!
Prison Pocket said. His name's Prison Pocket. Prison Pocket said, seeing Gunter run toward him.
Yes, yes! Come to papa, little baby. Such healthy, ruddy cheeks. Wham!
The moment Gunter reached the kangaroo, the kid suddenly rocketed forward. The effects of the mallet strike delayed until that exact moment. What I was expecting to happen was for Prison Pocket to get knocked off his feet. I wasn't expecting him to get blown off the road. The massive kangaroo completely flipped in the air, landing on his back with an earth-shattering crunch. We all dove out of the way of his long, ridged tail.
Here! Here!
Genesis said, dropping the bloody dead engineer at my feet.
Keep it down!
I yelled, pointing at the boss.
Donut, make more gremlins! I'm on it!
She shouted as she summoned another. This one was a woman holding an oversized wrench. Two more appeared at the same time, and they all looked at each other, disoriented. I examined the corpse at my feet. There was a hole the size of my fist in the middle of the man's face.
Niels! Human. Level 35 mechanical engineer with a specialty in weapons upgrades. This NPC was killed by Genesis the Womantar via a grappling hook to the goddamned face. This was 2 of 2 available engineers during this heat. Neither were claimed. Better luck next time.
The Australian is pretty good. And it's like so brave to do an Australian accent in front of an Australian, so I just want to commend you with your no.
Okay, so I have to do worse now.
It's supposed to be a bad
Okay.
You were supposed to get one of the Joeys!
I shouted as I started to pull the blood-soaked costume off.
And let you get the engineer? I don't think so.
Genesis said.
Yeah, just because we're doing the temporary ally thing don't mean we stupid and shit.
Rapture added. Prison pocket. Prison Pocket was already starting to recover.
Donut!
I said as I pulled at the corpse's legs. My hands burned as I worked. The kangaroo skin was stuck to his body. It had built-in gloves with long, clawed nails at the end. The palm of the hand had a thick pad like the paw of a dog. If those two idiots had got me one of the Joeys, I would have had this already.
Keep the kangaroo down! Enchanted juvenile macropus dominus? Let me start over. Enchanted juvenile macropus dominis skin. This item fills a costume slot. This can be worn as an outer garment. You might want to protect your face, though.
Oh, it fucked me. It fucked me so hard, man.
Equipment. Equipping this costume imbues the following effects. Protection from seeping acid, a level 10 jump skill, plus 5 to the lotion application skill.
I didn't even realize what I read until it came out.
Warning! This is a timed item. It has a 12-hour limit.
Slam! A giant piece of hail smashed right into the stomach of the groaning kangaroo, who remained crumpled off the side of the road.
More babies!
The prone kangaroo said as he munched on another gremlin, which fully healed him.
God damn it!
I cried. As I pulled at the feet of the sticky Joey skin. Next to me, the two woman-tars just stood there and watched.
You can at least help! This was your plan,
Genesis said. Donut swept her paw forward and the large bird appeared. Annie, Katya's level 80 card from the 8th floor. The monster was called an a raven with the skull of an infant. The skull clacked as it looked about in confusion, likely looking for Katya. There were teeth embedded into the skull, and even though I'd seen this thing a few times now, the sight was so jarring, it temporarily pulled me from the moment. It reminded me of why we were doing this, why we had to survive. The bird flew in a circle and let out a human-like cry.
What the hell is that?
Rapture asked.
Kill it!
Genesis shouted.
Hold, you idiots!
Pontiff called.
Annie!
Donut said, ignoring the woman-tars as I finally yanked the rest of the costume free. I started to pull it on. I had to shove my legs through the neck hole.
Go for the monster's eyes! Keep it down and distracted!
The bird's cries went up in pitch. The bird hovered in front of Donut, almost menacingly. Donut took a step forward so her head was almost touching the bird.
We need your help!
I shoved my arms into the stinking costume. I hoped my goddamned inventory would still work with this thing on. I pulled the kangaroo head over my own, and there was an audible click. A new achievement flashed and went away.
Huh! How did you do that?
Donut demanded. I looked down, and my boxers and knee pads were now on the outside of the costume. My jacket remained on the inside, but my cloak was around my neck and flapping in the wind. I could feel it there against my junk. It felt and smelled like my naked skin was pressed up against the body of a wet farm animal. The whole costume quivered as if it were alive. Oh, what the hell?
Warning! Your boxer effects have been negated by your costume. Warning! Your pedicure effects have been negated by your costume.
Shit, I said again. I pulled a banger sphere from my inventory, praying it would appear outside the costume, not just in my hand, but under the covering of the skin. Thankfully, the sphere appeared in the palm, though it immediately rolled away. Annie let out another cry and rocketed toward the boss, who once again was trying to get up. Pontiff was casting something with his mallet. Donut hit it with another magic missile. Even prone like this, the boss continued to heal itself. It seemed to have a never-ending supply of dead joeys to consume. It had one of the gremlins in its grip, but he squeezed too tight, and the poor monster exploded.
Baby!
Prison Pocket called forlornly as it continuously grasped for the scattered NPCs. One of the original gremlins dragged himself across the hail-covered grass, and I missed how he'd been injured. The boss reached for the NPC, ignoring us.
I'm ready!
I called as I adjusted the costume. The wide head of the dead Joey sat awkwardly atop my own head. Okay, here we go. I turned to run at the boss. I promptly fell on my face.
Warning! Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see you do this when you can't walk. You want to be a kangaroo so bad, then I guess you gotta act like one.
This was your goddamn setup!
I called, pulling myself up. I pulled my bandana all the way over my face. I prepared the two hobgoblin big boom satchels in my inventory. I looked down at my feet, at my large, sagging, kangaroo feet. I hopped.
Yes, yes, little child.
The boss shouted as he spied me. He remained on his back.
Come to Porta. It's warm and safe and oh so moist. Come to Porta's pouch.
I think I just teabagged. He cried out a moment later, swiping at Annie, who dive-bombed his face. I leapt one more time, flying higher and further than I'd been anticipating. I landed with a splash, directly on the outside of his pouch. I tried to stand, but I couldn't get my balance. It was like trying to walk on a waterbed. I needed to get to the lip of the pouch, and then I had to get all the way to the bottom of the pocket, where I would drop the two satchels. And then I needed to get the hell out of there before I blew them both.
Here, little one. Let me help you.
Prison Pocket roared as he grabbed me. I said, as I was snatched up and smushed face first into the gooey interior of the pouch. I choked, and my face started to burn. I couldn't see anything. Luckily, the costume came with claws, and I started to pull myself downward. Donut.
Cole, are you okay?
It was like trying to pull myself through warm jelly. I was in the suit, burning. It smelled. Oh, God. It smelled so bad, like rotten meat mixed with the sharp vinegar tang of fruit juice left out too long. I grasped, pulled, and pulled, and pulled, going ever deeper in the kangaroo's pouch. There were things in here, getting in my way, bouncing off my face. Bones, more corpses of Joeys, the toolbox. I pulled and I grasped, dragging myself down. Donut.
Cole, he's standing up! Hurry!
I caught onto something round, and I used it as a handhold, yanking myself even more downward. The boss's muffled voice reverberated through the goo. I felt him pat the outside of the pouch.
You must be hungry, little lad. Don't tickle Papa's nips like that. You won't get milk from them, but Papa always appreciates little kisses.
The bottom of the pouch hit me right in the face. I released the 2 satchels from my inventory. I couldn't see anything, but I could still sense them there. They started to quickly degrade. I didn't want to do this next part to get into the pouch because I couldn't control how deep I went. And I just knew I would have ended up in his stomach, unable to flee. Escaping, however. I faced outward, pressed my kangaroo feet against the interior of his stomach, and I hopped just as I activated Gloom with Gloom Wraith phase. I hit the detonator in my inventory as I flew through the air. I tumbled and flipped like I'd been shot from a cannon, and I hit the ground and bounced, still rolling, asphalt ripping into the side of my face. Ice and kangaroo bits rained down all around me as I rolled right off the road. Fist-sized chunks of hail continued to pummel me. This was quickly followed by the sound of revving car engines. I groaned and rolled onto my back as the APV and GTO both zoomed by on the street next to me. Multiple achievements and a level up notification appeared, but I waved them away. Standing over me was a gremlin.
You can go fuck yourself.
He said as he dropped his toolbox on my stomach. I probably deserve that, I said, just before he timed out and exploded.
After that, I stopped in this booth to look at this Tress of the Emerald Sea sculpture that was signed by Brandon Sanderson himself, as well as this Red Rising sculpture, which I think is the Institute, maybe? Okay, and with that, my Dragonsteel experience is coming to an end. It is literally 6 p.m. on the last day. The pretty much last thing I could do is go to a showing of Mulan tonight if I wanted to, or go to the White Weaver charity event. I can't decide if I want to go to either, but I've had so much fun and I'm so glad I came. So with that, our con is officially complete. I saw this art piece as I was leaving Mulan, and oh my gosh, where was this all weekend? Hello friends, it is Saturday night at 10 p.m, which means it is officially, like, we're done with Dragonsteel. It is officially over, which is such a bummer. I had such a good time. I met so many awesome and amazing people. I've just spent the last couple hours reorganizing all my little swap meet items, which was so fun. I had such a good time doing that. I would highly recommend if you go to Dragonsteel Nexus, and whether you've been before or you're a new member or you're going by yourself, whatever the story may be, it was such a good and fun way to not only meet people and be social, but also I got so many fun little like trinket items. I mean, this is literally just some of them, but I got such fun little trinket items that I can put on my bookshelf. Some guy was handing out like actual Dragonsteel merch. I got little like 3D printed animal creatures. People were giving out Dungeon Crawler Carl themed items because Matt Denneman was there this year. I even got a luggage tag. Like, are you kidding me? These people are so nice. Got so many mini books. That's so fun. Like, this community was just so welcoming and so much fun, and I would highly recommend, like I said, whether you have been before or you are new to the Dragonsteel Nexus world, I literally can't recommend the World Swappers enough. Like I said, it was so much fun, and I had such a good time meeting people. It was awesome. But yeah, now the conference is officially over. I need to pack, and I'm really upset about it. I don't know what I'm gonna do tomorrow because I have to check out by 11 naturally, obviously, but my flight doesn't leave till 5 p.m. So I am gonna aim to get to the airport at like 2-ish, but that does mean I have from 11 to 2 to kind of hang out. What I might do is go to a restaurant in town, or like maybe close to my hotel or at my hotel even, and kind of just read, hang out, relax, just kind of live my life. And yeah, anywho, I had such a good weekend. If you stayed through this whole entire vlog, thank you so much for joining me. I had so much fun. I didn't necessarily get the best clips, but I was truly living in the moment, having the bestest time. And let me know in the comments if you've been to Dragonsteel Nexus and if you want to go in the future. Without further ado, thank you so much for being here today and watching this video. I appreciate you so much, and I will see you in the next one.